Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you're a returning watcher. I'm George, I'm the Good Lad Gamer. Today we're pulling Sacred Shards. It's a ×2. I've got quite a few Sacred Shards and I'm pretty excited. I think I'm pulling 21 on the Galek account and 16 on the Kale account. And to me, that's pretty exciting. That means we might be in store for some pretty nice legendaries. There isn't anything else going on today. There's no fragment or fusion or anything like that. It's just me playing the game, me enjoying it, and me pulling some shards just because it's a ×2. And who doesn't love pulling shards? And just before we get into pulling the shards, guys, if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Subscribing makes a huge amount of difference to me. I've currently got about 320 subscribers, and the big milestone, the big number I'm looking for is 350 subscribers. I know that with 350 subscribers, I'm making content that people actually enjoy and want to see more of. So like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into pulling these shards. So here we are, we're on the Galek account. It's an exciting day, and I've made room for the exact amount of shards that I want to pull on each of my accounts, and I guess that's it. There isn't really much else to say. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go for it. Who knows what we're going to get? We got an epic. I'll take that. It's probably going to be quite a quick one. Tagore. I'm not very interested in epics, guys. I will admit. I'm after the legendaries. I'm after the double whammies. You know, I'm after the big boys, and I don't need a relic keeper. You know, I just don't need him. So we're going to move straight on, and we're going to go for these legendaries. Come on, third epic in a row. Defiled Sinner. Whew. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm hoping with 21 Sacreds, Catacomb Councillor there, 21 Sacreds, we are going to see at least one legendary. I would like to see one on each of my accounts. I don't know if the maths adds up. I don't know math, but we're going to go for it. See you later, Catacomb Councillor. Welcome to the team. You probably will be fed. And a Oathbound. Oh, God. It's not looking good, guys, is it? I think, what's this? Number 6? Number 6 Sacred. And we've got 21. Thane, like a mini Dracomorph. If you've got Thane and you're struggling in like clan boss damage or something like that, then Thane might be a good go-to. If you can do like a budget unkillable with a Thane, you will do Ultra Nightmare on Clan Boss. I don't know if Clan Boss is a bit old news, but like, you know, anyone new into the game, give it a go. You know what I mean? Give it a go. So we're going to move on. Thane, she's still an epic. I've built a, but I got Dracomorph on my Galek account, so, you know, have the real thing. Korgan, the Crowned. Is this guy the speed one? No, he's boring. Moving on. Sorry, mate. Yeah, I apologise. You're not one for me, I'm afraid. A Hilda. And we're going to get this legendary, right? Right, game? Right? A Bushy. We're going to get the legendary. It does look like there's some sort of Summer Rush or Champion Chase event on. I'm not too bothered by it, but I'll take the rewards for it. Sure thing. Necro Hunter, and I assume I'm going to get quite good points for the amount of shards that I'm pulling. And there we go, there's the legendary. It's a Harvest Jack. It's a Harvest Jack. It was Halloween a couple of weeks ago, so that's pretty cool. I got a Halloween champion. I do think he's a dupe. And let me make myself familiar with his kit, and I'll go for it with you guys. So we got Harvest Jack here, and he is a cool looking champion, right? He's a cool looking champion. They knocked it out of the park for me. You know, if I do say so myself, I think he's really cool looking. And it's a shame I don't use him more because he is cool. On Harvest Jack's A1, he attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 25% chance of stealing one random buff from the target. Each hit also has a 25% chance of placing a fear debuff for 1 turn if the target has no active buffs. This chance increases to 100% if all buffs were stolen from the target. On his A2, and it's a wordy one, and I'm terrible at reading out loud, attacks all enemies, places a block buffs debuff for 2 turns on the target under fear, removes any increased attack buff from the target and replaces it with a decreased attack buff for 2 turns, Removes any continuous heal buff from the target and replaces them with 5% poison debuffs for 2 turns. The number of poison debuffs is equal to the number of continuous heal buffs removed. And then on his A3, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing True Fear for 1 turn. Also places a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns and decreases the target's turn meter by 15% if the True Fear debuff is placed. Has a 75% chance of placing a sleep debuff for 1 turn if the True Fear debuff is not replaced. And then he, on his passive, when attacked, decreases the duration of all buffs on the attacker by 1 turn. So, I mean, he's a sneaky boy. He's a sneaky boy. He's a CC'er. I've never really used him. I would admit. But, you know, if he's your only legendary, absolutely go ahead and use him in arena. Build him with some accuracy, build him with some speed, and he is a good CC'er. But we're going to move on, because I've already got one. So I think we've got 10 more shards to go on this account. Yeah, and another legendary. Sorry, oh my god, what happened there? I wasn't even paying attention. The second legendary, guys, back to back. Oh, mama. I'll take that as a win. I was in another world then. What the hell just happened? What the helly? Okay, we got Lysandra here. And I've been waiting for Lysandra. I don't know, on one of my accounts at least, I wanted a Lysandra because of this. But I'll make myself sort of half familiar with her kit. It's quite small. And then I'll be right back. So we've got a Lysandra on her A1. Attacks 1 enemy. Transfers all debuffs from this champion to the target. Sweet and simple. On her A2, attacks 1 enemy. Fully depletes the target's turn meter. And then on her A3, when ascended, places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%, decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 30%. So it's really good in arena, if you can't tell. Really good in arena. Really good if you've got like an Arbiter to go before her, and then a Lysandra. You can't win. You know, you can't win in the speed fight with those two. And then on a aura, she has a increased speed in all battles by 24%. So she's good. She's good. I don't know if... I can't remember which team it is, but I really wanted her. So I'm going to build her with speed, try and make her just a little bit slower than Arbiter, and then hopefully I can win all speed battles, because that's all arena is, really. But we're going to move on. Let's go. Whew, 9 more shards to go. My camera's shaking. Shouldn't have done that big huff. 3 legendaries in a row. We got Rush Card, the tower. Rush Card, the tower. Another champion I've wanted for a while. I think it's this turn. 4 turn cooldown on block damage. That's tasty. That's nice. You know, that's very nice. And again, I'll go for his kit, make sure I'm happy with it, and then I'll go through it with you guys. Right, Rush Guard, come on, let's do it. So on his A1, and he's got a simple kit, I think. Fairly simple kit, but it's effective. Attacks 1 enemy, has a 50% chance of removing 1 random buff from the target. Sweet and simple again. On his A2, when ascended, attacks 1 enemy, places a block active skills debuff and a block buffs debuff for 2 turns. These debuffs cannot be resisted. Does that mean you don't need to build him with accuracy? I can't remember off the top of my head. And on his A3, the big boy one, 4 turn cooldown when booked, places a block damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. And then his aura is HP in all battles by 33%. So again, he's a nice simple one. He is a simple champion, but I want to build him for arena because he's very, very handy with that block damage move. Yeah, very handy. But that's enough on that. 3 legendaries in a row. I'll take that as an absolute win. Yeah, that's pretty sexy, you know? That's pretty cool. So we're going to move straight on. Well, not move straight on because I've been talking about it for half an hour. But we're going to move on. And we didn't get the 4th legendary in a row. We got Gorgrab, who's a mini Arbiter. Not interested in Gorgrab though, because I've got Arbiter. I don't need a Gorgrab. What are you talking about? Get out of here, mate. And we've got a old hermit Jorg. What a looker. Moving on. What have we got next? Can we get one more legendary in here? That would be very, very nice. An Utikata. Utikata? Utikata. Yeah. Moving on. Not a legendary. And a very unique name that I can't say. Ruella. I've seen Ruella built and do some stuff, do some things, but not a champion I'm interested in, I'm afraid. So we're going to move straight on. You are going to be food or used as a dupe to enhance. Thenasil. I'm getting quite a lot of like old school champions that have been in the game for a long time today. Lysandra, Roshcard. I think they've both been in the game for a long time. I think Thenasil has been in the game since the start. Yeah, a lot of old school boys and girls. We got 3 more sacreds though. Let's go. Come on, game. I can feel my eyes squinting little by little every minute that goes past. I don't know why. Jingle Hunter. Nope. Second from last shard. Come on, game. Oh. What is going on? What is going on? This is the best video I might have ever made. What is going on? I am Brago. Do you know what? A little story about me. I wanted Iron Brago to be the best champion I had. He was defense. He was defense damage. He was the guy. You know, he was the guy. And I really wanted him to be my DPS in Clan Boss. I wanted him to be like unreal, you know, smacking about champions. And no matter how hard I built him, how much defense I put into him, he was never, ever that good. It is such a shame because I really wanted him to be good. He was like my Armiger replacement, you know. I wanted him to be so powerful. And this is when I first started playing the game, and he's good, don't get me wrong, and he's a defense-based damage dealer, but he was just never that good. He was never that good. Let me go through his kit, guys, and then I'll be right back. So, Iron Brago, on his A1, he attacks one enemy and has a 20% chance of decreasing the duration of all buffs by 1 turn. On his A2, places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for three turns, then attacks one enemy. Has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff for 2 turns instead if the target is under 2 or more buffs. On his A3, attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn, also places a 50% decreased attack debuff on all enemies for 2 turns if Iron Brago is under increased defense. So you do his A2, then his A3. And then on his passive, increases the defense of all allies by 10% of this champion's defense. And on his aura, increased defense in Doom Tower by 34%. He's a good champion, he's a good damage dealer, he's a good defense-based champion damage dealer, and that's why I've always kept him about. I still use him in my teams today. I do use him in Doom Tower, but he was never the hard hitter that I was expecting. Maybe I was a bit naive when I first started playing the game. I didn't really know how it all worked, but Iron Brago, he was my guy. He was my guy, and he let me down. We're on to the last shard on this account. The fifth legendary? No. Maybe Deacon Armstrong's one of the best champions in the game. Maybe they put the wrong colouring on him because he's really good. I use him in my arena teams. I use him in my live arena teams. I use him in a lot of dungeon content as my team lead. Because he doesn't just have speed, he also has decreased defense, and he's so broken. He's so good. If you've got a Deacon and you're not using him, then you absolutely need to build him out. And we'll just go in and make sure, well, not make sure, but see what we got in whatever tournament is on. I think it's a Summon Rush, and it's a Champion Chase. I'm absolutely wrong. And we got some good points there. We didn't get all of them. That's crazy. Let's pull all of this. There's nothing I particularly need to keep, and I'm gonna take the energy just for today's farming, really. What I'll do, guys, I'll go onto my other account and we'll do exactly the same over there. And we are on the Kale account. We've got 23 shards. I've got 16 sacred shards that I want to pull. We're just gonna go for it. Yeah, let's do it. We got Fear Gun, Isabel, Fire Gun. Moving on. Let's go. We got another epic. We got Aethar. Moving straight on. I'm not even going to give him the time to appear on screen properly. I want to see 4 legendaries on this one, really. Gerard, what's going on? Moving on from that guy. Whatever, mate. Whatever. I don't need it. Don't need you. Jurajin. Cool looking champion, but he's an epic, and I don't need no epics. See you later, matey boy. We are going to move straight on. We are going to get this legendary, these 4 legendaries, 3 in a row, please. Another Catacomb Counselor. Nope. No, thank you. Although an ally attack champion, and fairly useful early game if you're looking for that sort of thing. Maybe fairly useful for Fire Knight if you're looking for some help with Fire Knight. Hertatsu got an decreased defense? No, decreased attack. Handy champion. I used him in Faction Wars, so yeah, he was helpful in Faction Wars. Moving on, because he's a defense-based champion. That would be why I used him. I didn't realise that. Another epic. Baroth the Blood-Soaked. It's not looking good on this one, but it wasn't looking very good at the start on the last one. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to get the 3 legendaries in a row. We got a Pestilius, and I think Pestilius looks really good. I think he looks like a really cool champion. If he was a legendary, I think he would look really cool. For an epic, I think he looks really good. Their design is spot on, I think. I think they absolutely nailed the design on him. And he's just not that good. So we're going to move straight on. Thank you very much, Pestilius. Hey, here we go, boys. It's a Rorik Wormbane, and he was a Fragment of Fusion. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I've got him on both of my accounts, but I will go through his kit as I always do with legendaries, and I'll go through it with you guys. So on his A1, he attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 40% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Each hit will fill this champion's turn meter by 15% if the target is not under a stun debuff after the hit. On his A2, attacks 1 enemy, has an 80% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 75%. If this skill fully depletes the target's turn meter, also has an 80% of placing a stun debuff on all other enemies for 1 turn. And then on his A3, when ascended, attacks 1 enemy, will ignore 50% of the target's defense, and also has a passive effect. Will always use this skill instead of the default skill when counter-attacking. This skill will not be blocked by block active skills debuff. So sure, I guess he can do some damage. And then on his passive, immune to stun debuffs, deals 15% more damage to bosses and receives 15% less damage from them. He's actually quite good. That's quite good. Have I been missing something? That's quite good kit. Maybe, if he does damage. Maybe it's his survivability that's not that good. I don't know. And then increase ally speed in all battles by 19%. So there's Rorik Wormbane. I don't know too much about him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should be using him. Maybe I should be using him in my dragon. In dragon? Or summon? I don't know. Moving on though. Thank you, Rorik. Thank you for your service. You will probably go into the vault. I'm not going to lie. We got another epic. Chancellor Yasmin. Thank you, but no thank you. And we're going to get another legendary. That would be pretty nice. Blood Feather needed for the Razin fusion. So if you've got a keeper, yeah, absolutely. Another epic. Sandlash Survivor. Great champion. Great champion early game. Farrakhan the Fat, actually a really good champion and viable late game. He's got a burn and a poison. He's got ally attack. And he's just great. He's just a good champion. He's good in arena. He's good in dungeon content. Just a great champion, really. So I'm not going to go into his kit, but he is a good champion. We've got 3 more shards to go. Come on, game. Give me that second legendary. It's an epic. It's arguably a legendary. Stag Knight, hello. The first and the best. The first epic decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown, and he's great. I use him in loads of content. He's a bit outscaled by Lydia, obviously, because Lydia's a really good champion. But for an epic, Stag Knight is really good. Really, really friggin' cool. So, yeah. Use him. Use him and abuse him, I say. He looks like he don't mind a bit of abuse. Look at this. Look at this guy. Absolute tank, mate. Absolute tank. Moving on, though. Stag Knight. Yeah. Yeah. Deacon in one pool, Stag Knight in the other. It's a good day. Yeah, screw the legendaries. Deacon, Stag Knight. Broodlord. And the last one, another legendary. Come on, game. Richtoff the Bold. Alright. Alright. Okay. Let me go for his kit, guys. Yeah, alright. So, Richtoff the Bold, on his A1, attacks all enemies, destroys each target's max HP by 30% of the damage inflicted. On his A2, when ascended, attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit places a 5% poison debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. On his A3, attacks one enemy, critical damage increases by 20% for each poison debuff on the target, stacks up to 100%, and then he's got an ally attack in all faction wars, not in all, in faction wars crypt, by 27%. He's another old school one. He's, yeah, I think Richtoff has probably been in the game the whole time it's been alive, maybe, long before I started playing it. So, you know, fair enough. Lysandra, Richtoff, the other guy that I got with the block damage that I can't remember the name of. Yeah. Why not? Why not, game? Why not with the old schools today? Let's go and pull the rewards, and I guess that'll be it from me this week. Bit slow there. Come on, game. We got the legendary book. We got 5-star chicken. We got some energy. Okay, I guess I'll do that again. We got some energy. And we got some legendaries. So it turns out this is the second time doing my outro. I didn't hit record when I did my last outro, and it was really good, actually. So I did want to say I got some legendaries, and I would say out of, I think it was 36 sacred shards, and I think 6 legendaries. That's pretty damn good. That is probably the best luck I've had in shardpull videos for a long time. We got Lysandra, who I've been after for ages. We got a the tower guy. We got that guy. No. I can't remember his name. We got an Iron Brago, which is a dupe for me, but Iron Brago's my boy. He's my boy. He was the boy. So I'm always happy to have a dupe of him. Hopefully I can enhance him and I can make him actually viable for some of my teams. We got some other champions that I can't remember off the top of my head on the spot doing this outro, but I'm pretty happy with those results. And please do let me know in the comments if you got any game-changing champions, any game-changing legendaries on this shardpull, on this ×2 for Sacreds. Maybe I could give you some tips and tricks in the comments, or let you know where I would use them in the game. And as I say every video, guys, if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, like the video and subscribe to my channel. It will really change my life if YouTube picks up. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.